The health benefits of intermittent fasting that will change your life. One of the diets that is now receiving the most attention is intermittent fasting, which involves setting aside specific times each day for eating and fasting. There are several methods, but the two that are most well-liked are the 16:8 method, in which all of the day's meals are to be consumed within an 8-hour window and the remaining 16 hours are to be spent fasting, and the 5:2 method, in which 5 days of the week are spent eating normally and 2 days are spent fasting, usually defined as eating only 500 to 600 calories per day. Why would an individual choose this diet over a typical one like getting low carbohydrate or low fat foods? Others claim that fasting offers several health advantages. According to Sara Gottfried, MD, of Berkeley, California, author of Women, Food, and Hormones, The Hormone Cure, The Hormone Reset Diet, and Brain. The research so far proves the benefits of to the extent that it is worthwhile as a method to lose weight, manage your blood sugar, and slow down the aging process. Below are the health benefits that you should know. 1. Decreased cholesterol. Several methods, such as alternate day fasting and 5:2, can help lower LDL, bad cholesterol, as well as other indices of cardiometabolic health, such as blood pressure, according to a review that was published in the October 2021 issue of the Annual Review of Nutrition. According to the CDC, LDL cholesterol can increase your risk of heart disease or stroke. According to the Mayo Clinic, triglycerides are blood fats that might cause a stroke, heart attack, or heart disease. The researchers observed that if decreased their presence. 2. Prevention against cancer. According to a review published in November 2018 in Nature Reviews, a fasting diet may lower the chance of developing cancer by reducing the ability of cancer cells to adapt and spread and by enhancing the outcomes of cancer treatment. More research is required in the following area as well. Further high-quality randomized clinical trials are required, according to a November 2021 article in CA, a cancer journal for clinicians, to support this association. Of course, it's also crucial that cancer patients speak with their medical team before making dietary adjustments. 3. Reduced chance of cardiovascular problems. According to the Nutrient study, when insulin levels drop, the risk of harmful cardiovascular events, such as congestive heart failure, also rises. This is significant for people with type 2 diabetes to take into account because, according to the American Heart Association, they are twice as likely to develop and pass away from heart disease as adults without diabetes. Observational studies have suggested that it may have positive effects on the heart and metabolism. According to Loden, changes in metabolic markers, such as decreased triglyceride and blood sugar levels, are brought on by weight loss and would occur whether the weight was reduced by or a low-carb diet, for instance. 4. Insulin resistance is lessened. Gottfried suggests that because intermittent fasting resets insulin, it may help regulate blood sugar levels in diabetics, however additional research is required. According to a study published in April 2019 in Nutrients, cutting calories may reduce insulin resistance, which is a sign of type 2 diabetes. According to the study, fasting, particularly the form of fasting connected to the promotes a decrease in insulin levels, which may help lower the risk of type 2 diabetes. According to Loden, I have colleagues at other sites who have had favorable results, particularly in improvements in the needs for insulin medicine for diabetics. 5. Blood pressure drop. In the near term, intermittent fasting may help control high blood pressure. A pilot study with 23 participants indicated that 16:8 significantly lowered systolic blood pressure, and the results were published in June 2018 in Nutrition and Healthy Aging. Systolic blood pressure is the highest figure in your blood pressure reading and represents the force exerted by your heart on the walls of your arteries with each heartbeat, according to the Mayo Clinic. Both animal and human research have shown a connection between and decreased systolic blood pressure. According to a study that appeared in the European Journal of Nutrition on September 2020, it caused systolic blood pressure to drop more than another diet that didn't have set meal times. According to the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, having a healthy blood pressure is crucial since having one that is too high can harm your heart, brain, kidneys, and eyes, CDC. Nevertheless, research to date indicates that these blood pressure advantages only last while someone is performing IF. Researchers discovered that blood pressure readings reverted to their initial levels once the diet was discontinued and patients resumed eating as was typical for them. 6. Lengthened lifespan. A little research on animals have suggested that IF may lengthen life, probably because fasting seems to increase resilience to diseases associated with aging. According to a September 2021 Nature article, it prolongs the life of fruit flies by slowing the aging process in their cells. While these results are encouraging, no human studies have been able to reproduce them, according to a study that was published in June 2018 Current Obesity Reports. It's best to maintain your skepticism regarding this prospective advantage until that time. 7. Loss of weight. Most IF beginners aim to reduce their weight. And that assertion appears to be true, at least in the near future. According to a piece that appeared in the Canadian Family Physician in February 2020, IF may help overweight or obese people lose weight. Researchers examined data from 27 studies and discovered that IF assisted participants in losing up to 13% of their body weight. That's probably good news if you're trying to fast to lose weight, but since those studies were short-term, it's not clear whether IF is sustainable and can help you lose weight permanently. 8. A more restful sleep. You may be aware that diet can affect a person's level of wakefulness and sleepiness if you've ever felt like you've entered a food coma following a large meal. Some IF adherents claim that they can sleep better as a result of doing this. Sleep quality may be affected by IF and mealtimes, according to Rose Francis. Why? According to one idea, IF controls circadian rhythm, which controls sleep patterns. Although there isn't much evidence to back up this hypothesis, a 2018 article in Nature and Science of Sleep stated that if your circadian rhythm is well regulated, you'll have no trouble falling asleep and will wake up feeling rested. 9. Enhanced brain activity. According to Dr. Gottfried, IF may increase mental clarity and attention. Additionally, some preliminary study backs up that assertion. According to a study that was released in Molecular Psychiatry in November 2021, fasting every other day may improve memory. However, only animals were used in this investigation. IF appears to have no short-term cognitive benefits in healthy individuals, according to a review that was published in September 2021 in Nutrients, although it may prevent the emergence of neurological disorders. 10. Decreased inflammation. Although there aren't many clinical trials, animal research suggests that IF and general calorie restriction can both lower inflammation levels. A group of 50 volunteers who were fasting for Ramadan, the Muslim holiday that entails fasting from dawn to sunset and eating overnight, were examined by the authors of a study that was published in Nutrition Research in order to see whether the connection also exists among humans. Pro-inflammatory markers as well as blood pressure, body weight, and body fat were all found to be lower than typical during the fasting phase, according to the study. 11. Improved outcomes for stroke survivors. The risk of stroke is greatly lowered by having healthier blood pressure and cholesterol levels, which are two advantages mentioned above. Yet IF may also have other advantages for preventing strokes. In part due to IF's anti-inflammatory effects, a study in the October 2019 issue of Nutrients indicated that fasting may act as a protective mechanism in the brain and improve recovery after a stroke. The researchers acknowledged that human studies on the effects of IF on stroke are scarce and came to that conclusion based on animal studies.